Did you know that stopping the chase could be the missing secret to making someone chase after you? Yes, that's right. Today, we're going to shatter everything you thought you knew about attraction and desire. In today's video, I'll reveal how science proves that less is indeed more when it comes to relationships. Sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? But studies show that your independence and self-confidence are exactly what make people naturally gravitate towards you and desperately chase after your attention. You've probably seen this happen somewhere before, haven't you? Now let's dive into 4 powerful techniques, backed by psychology, that ensure not only capturing the attention of the one you desire, but also keeping it. And stay till the end, because if you master at least 2 of these techniques, in less than a week, you will see the magic of the thumbnail happening. If you get what I mean, let's get started. Technique 4, the power of detachment. The first secret to making someone chase after you lies in the power of detachment. Sounds contradictory, doesn't it? But let me explain how this really works. By showing yourself to be less available, you unconsciously elevate your perceived value for others. A study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology reveals that individuals who do not incessantly seek approval have significantly higher levels of self-esteem and personal satisfaction. This phenomenon is similar to the scarcity effect in economics, where the less available a resource is, the more it is valued. Now imagine this scene. Maria always responds immediately to João's messages, always available, always ready to meet him whenever he wishes. Over time, João begins to take this for granted. Then Maria decides to change her approach. She starts to invest more time in her own activities, responding to João's messages a few hours later, and sometimes leaving it until the next day. João notices this change and, curiously, begins to seek more from Maria, wondering about her activities and why she is not as available as before. This simple adjustment in Maria's availability not only increases João's interest, but also enhances her own perception of her value. She begins to feel more confident and less anxious, knowing that she has a full life that does not depend on João's attention. This new, more independent and less accessible Maria becomes irresistibly attractive to João, who now sees qualities in her that he had not noticed before. Therefore, detachment is not about being cold or distant, but about finding a healthy balance where you value both your time and others. It's about respecting yourself and your commitments, making people truly notice and respect your value. When you stop chasing and start focusing more on yourself, you not only elevate your self-esteem, but also teach others how you want to be treated. Technique 3, creating an aura of mystery. Finally, we explore curiosity as an extremely powerful emotional trigger. Mystery has an almost magnetic appeal because the human brain loves to solve puzzles and discover the unknown. According to a study published in the Journal of Curiosity and Exploration, people who maintain an air of mystery are seen as more attractive and intriguing because they instigate the natural curiosity of others. But how can you cultivate this aura of mystery in your daily life? Let's consider Clara, a woman who loves to share details of her life on social media, from breakfast to the movie of the night. While this may seem like a way to connect with friends and followers, in reality, it leaves little room for mystery. Clara then decides to make a change. She starts posting less frequently, and when she does post, she chooses images that suggest a story without revealing everything. For example, a photo of a beach at sunset with the caption, "A weekend to remember," and nothing more. Her friends and followers immediately begin to ask where she is and what's happening. Clara smiles at the messages but chooses not to respond right away, further increasing the curiosity. This simple act of withholding information makes people more interested in Clara's life and what she is doing. She becomes the topic of conversation among her friends, who speculate about her recent mysteries and adventures. Clara realizes that by sharing less, people really want to know more, and she controls the narrative of her life more effectively. Thus, creating an aura of mystery is not about being inaccessible, but about being selective with the information you share. It's about allowing people to have a glimpse of your life, but always leaving them wanting to know a little more. This not only increases your appeal, but also strengthens your position in any social dynamic. Think about it. What can you start to retain a little more to spark the curiosity of those around you? Technique 2, be available, but not too much. Balancing availability is a crucial art in the dynamics of personal relationships. Being always accessible can easily fall into the trap of being taken for granted, while being too scarce can seem like disinterest. Finding that perfect balance is essential to maintaining interest and mutual respect. A study from psychological science suggests that people who are moderately hard to reach are perceived as more valuable and attractive because this behavior implies they have a full and interesting life, which naturally generates more interest. Consider the example of Lucas, a freelancer who always responds to his clients immediately, no matter the time of day or night. Initially, this readiness seems like a quality, but over time, his clients begin to expect immediate responses, overwhelming him and diminishing their perception of his value. Lucas then decides to implement a new policy. He responds to emails and messages within a specific period each day, except in cases of urgency. This simple adjustment not only improves his quality of life, but also makes his clients plan their requests better and respect Lucas's time more. Applying this to personal relationships, imagine Anna, who used to answer all her boyfriend Marco's calls, regardless of her own needs. Over time, Marco began to assume that Anna would always be available. Anna then decides to start dedicating more time to her own activities and hobbies, answering Marco's calls at more appropriate times for her. Marco, noticing the change, begins to value the moments they spend together more and plans more carefully when he wants to talk to her, increasing mutual respect and interest in the relationship. Therefore, managing your availability is not just about making yourself scarce. It's about valuing your own time and teaching others to do the same. It's a strategy that, when used wisely, can significantly transform how you are perceived and treated, both in personal and professional contexts. Ask yourself, how could you adjust your availability to improve your relationships and the respect others have for you? Technique 1. Use touch to connect. Touch is a powerful tool in human communication, capable of conveying trust, comfort, and connection. However, its efficacy lies in moderate and contextually appropriate use. A study published in Behavioral Science found that a brief and casual touch can increase the perception of friendliness and trust among strangers. But excess can have the opposite effect, causing discomfort and withdrawal. The key is to understand when and how to effectively use touch. Consider the case of Carla, a sales professional who uses touch to establish a connection with her clients. During meetings, she might lightly touch a client's arm when making an important point or while greeting. These subtle gestures, when well received, tend to create a more friendly and open atmosphere. However, Carla is careful to read her clients' reactions and pulls back if she perceives any signs of discomfort. This sensitivity to context and the other person's reception is crucial for touch to be a positive addition to the interaction. Furthermore, in a personal context, touch can be even more impactful. Imagine a reunion between longtime friends. A warm hug can express the joy of reunion in a way that words cannot. Or in a relationship, where a gentle touch on the back or holding hands during a stroll can reinforce the emotional bond. However, the same principle of moderation applies. It is essential to respect personal boundaries and be mindful of the other person's responses. Thus, while touch is a fundamental human element for deepening connections, its use must always be guided by empathy and respect for others' boundaries. A balanced approach not only prevents misunderstandings, but also enhances the power of touch as a genuine and respectful link. How could you integrate touch more consciously and respectfully into your daily interactions to strengthen your personal and professional relationships? Stopping the chase and starting to be chased is an art that involves detachment, confidence, and a touch of mystery. Which of these strategies do you think would be most challenging for you? Comment below with your experiences or questions about these techniques. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that transforms knowledge into power.